All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have our next speaker with us, Mr. Sudeep Goenka. So, welcome.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Mr. Sudeep Goenka with us, the director, Shubham Goldie Masale Private Limited. Mr. Sudeep has done Bachelor's of Science, Industrial and System Engineering from Georgia Institute of Technology, Atlanta, USA, and also acquired a degree from Rochester Institute of Technology. Mr. Sudeep Goenka has also served the Coca-Cola Company in Atlanta, Georgia in 2006 as CSD Business Analyst. Wow. He has more than 14 years of experience as a business owner and also has expertise in areas ranging from business administration to marketing to production and also engineering services. He has increased the presence of his company Pan India by multifold expansion in terms of number of distributors and retailers. Wow. Sir, it is our pleasure to have you on board today.
Thank you.
I would like to request you to please proceed further with your topic, FMCG during COVID times and how to stay during troubled times.
Thanks a lot, Swati. And it is my pleasure, and I thank the Orbit Group to have organized such a wonderful, first of its kind virtual exhibition and a seminar, which we could have never imagined before. And what I believe and understand today is that old proverb that necessity is the mother of all inventions. And yes, we are in the times which is going to be never before, hopefully. And also, this is one of the most disciplined times where we have to really and consciously think where are we going, how we are going, where we are, why we are, and how to move forward. The subject given to me is FMCG during COVID times and how to steer during the troubled times. So first part, I'll share with you some knowledge of the industry which I have. And the second part, I'll share the experiences which we have had in our company in Goldie Group over the last 5 months. So friends, welcome all of you and thank you for taking out your time to listen to all of us, the wonderful line of panelists since morning. I've been watching each speaker. So thank you for your patience and helping us and allowing us to share our knowledge. If I analyze the FMCG industry during the COVID times, it has taken a big turn. And as a shopper, and there was an article in one of the leading publishing houses a few weeks back, that if you see there are two kind of shoppers in this world today, and it is like the tale of two cities, how it started between England and France many centuries ago. So there's one shopper who is worried about health. There is the other shopper who's worried about the economic insecurity, and there is a third shopper who's not worried about the either of two. So these are the third part could overlap between the two shoppers. Why I take shoppers as example? Because we had farmer, a very successful farmer before me as a wonderful speaker. We had a brand management top-notch consultant of India to flag off the session. And yes, the regulatory authority, Mr. Harish, to have shared from the regulatory point of view. So if you see the FMCG industry, if we see the benchmark of December 2019, January 2020 and February 2020, and we create a baseline of that as 100, then in March, I will divide into three sessions, pre-COVID, and then April and May, sorry, as the pure lockdown, and June with the relaxation of the lockdown. So if we take December, January, February as the baseline of 100, the pre-March sales actually, the March sales actually before lockdown went to 101. The reason was lot of panic buy happened. People were storing more stuff because they were unsure of the future of the supplies, and it was like a war-like situation. And as our elders, a generation before us, shared what has happened during the wars between the nations, it was that kind of situation. All of us went through panic buy. The shopkeepers were telling us, कि please buy this product today, otherwise कल नहीं मिलेगा आपको. If you see in May and April, it actually went down. It went down to a level of 70 and 78, if I'm right. The reason was lockdown across the country. no logistics happening, huge problems in production. Social distancing was the idea, minimum labor allowed in the plants, and we were all suffering. But in the month of June, that baseline of 100 actually went to 109 in rural areas, which clearly defines the kind of pre-COVID stability that has come into the rural markets. And the reason is very obvious. The kind of purchasing power, the kind of non-penetration still as such it has happened in the urban areas. And in the urban also, it has come down to not significantly that, but above 90. So these are the few statistics by the statistical organizations which you can actually find on Google or wherever. These are the statistics which clearly reflect the FMCG industry of India today. But if we see outside India, also the factors and the combinations are similar. What has happened if I divide general trade, modern trade, HoReCa, and the online? If you see, the general trade has actually risen in the last few months because of shopping malls closed, social distancing norms, and the difficulty and fear of the consumer to actually go to the shop and buy. That is why the home delivery systems have actually exponentially grown. Just imagine how many of us have little children at home or elders, and moment something has to be bought, they tell us ki please go on this app and please order it for me. Or your friends or the other people are ordering it. And that has taken a big turn in the FMCG industry today in India. What I clearly suggest to all of us, it is the time for innovation. This is the time to change ourselves. And if I talk of the era when just a small comparison, when there was no digital means to do business or anything else, a lot of us have lived the times when there was no mobile phone, there were no computers. I remember 286 was the first installed system in our house in 1994. And the moment computerization or digitalization happened in the world, all the elders or the mid-age people thought because we don't know how to run a system or a computer or a software, we would be out of jobs. We will go starving and we will not be able to upbring our families. If we try to analyze the same situation today with this COVID times, it is about that innovation and change in our mindset as per the new normal. If we reflect back, because life will never be same as it was before March 2020, and it will never be same for many generations to come. So we as respectable, responsible FMCG manufacturers, and I see lot of my friends are here who have put up a booth, who are good machine manufacturers, belt manufacturers, software system manufacturers. We actually thank all of you that you are able to innovate and provide us solutions which can actually serve our consumer better today. Which so I see on the second part that technology has become a very important role to play in any industry and primarily in FMCG. How? The second part I will just share with you what we did in the Goldie Group ever since the lockdown on 24th March. From 1st of April, we started our home office and every salesperson, every distributor of the organization was connected through Zoom or different multi video conferencing channels. And we took a pain and effort to actually connect to each and every consumer of ours. We have been fortunate in the company that we have not given salary cuts to each any one human in the organization. We have paid full to everyone. We have done increments, annual increments as it used to be, and we have also given incentives because we value the human asset more than anything else on this earth. So we inculcated technology. We made a routine of all our people that they have to be in office routine. Maybe that could be a learning session, that could be a session to enhance their skills, that could be a session to enhance their physical needs. So these things have actually helped us as an organization where this time has helped those particular people to enhance the skills, may it be communication, may it be retailing, may it be having a bigger vision of the industry, or may it be the product education. And these things held those leaders of ours, the second front lines, to actually serve our consumers in all. So it is like a pit stop, I say. This time is like a pit stop where it is about to refuel, to get your tires refurbished, to re-innovate how to, if the season is wet, then you have to use wet tires. If the roads are dry, you have to use dry tires. So it is about that pit stop which we feel. And I see this industry is actually going to take a big leap because India still being the fastest growing FMCG economy in the world, still per capita consumption in India is actually the lowest. So as an optimistic entrepreneur, I feel there is a huge opportunity for all of us. What has happened? The pack size has come down. Earlier, we used to sell a 50 gram, 100-gram box more because of the Horeca segment was growing by leaps and bounds. But the 5 rupee, 10 rupee market in India is actually flourishing even more. Also, since the Horeca segment is down, modern trade is down, the general trade and online segment is high. So people are about to try new recipes and try new different methods in their kitchen. My friends here, a lot of us have actually become the new chefs of the house during the COVID period, and a lot of our variety has actually been started liking by our children and housewife and our parents. Maybe initially they didn't like it, but to innovate, we need to bring more products. Like we came up with the choka tadka masala, with dal makhni masala, with rajma masala, which was never there before, like a kadhi masala. So these were the innovations that we did, and we pushed these innovations in the market, which consumers readily accepted. Even in the noodles category, we introduced a new spicy flavor, which was very readily accepted by the consumer. So I think the consumer also today, being at home, has been exposed to the all the worldly technologies, mediums, recipes, and whatnot. Even a consumer in a tier 4 city or a tier 1 city is probably watching the similar content on social media. So he aspires to make a recipe of a dampuk when he's cooking that in his house. As a food FMCG manufacturer or as a food manufacturer, it becomes our responsibility and ethical duty to give him those products which are pure, sustainable, economical, but also taste enhancing to ensure he gets that same feeling. Because in our company, as we rightly say, it's jahan jaye rishte banaye. So food is actually the biggest catalyst to make relations. And this is around how the things will move forward. Also, the another factor is health. Never before the consumer was so conscious or cautious to choose the product that he was buying. Never ever there was so much discussion in the house to see who's actually buying the product, at what price. And if you see the times have changed even for a product like a small shampoo or a spices or a cream or anything, there is a discussion in the family now to be bought or not to bought. Secondly, from where it is being bought and at what price it is being bought. So the FMCG industry has actually kind of shifted into, in terms of hygiene practice, it has moved to the pharma industry. And it becomes our duty as a food business operator or an FMCG operator, as a shopkeeper, as a packaging industry, and as a machine manufacturer also, that anyone who's connected to this industry, it is about time when we become first serving our nation and providing ethical and more economical but presentable products to our consumers. Another turn what FMCG industry has taken, when I see our leadership talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat, it is about providing the world-class product at a world-class packaging to our consumers also. No more the consumer of India is going to compromise on quality. Gone are the times when the low value SKU, sasta product used to be sold in the tier 3, tier 4 cities, and the manga and the more high value goods with a better packaging and presentation used to be sold in the tier 1 cities or the metros, as you say, or the standalone stores. It has become a kind of a level playing field. As many years back, there was a book written, The World is Flat, and actually, the world is flat today. The needs have become very similar. The luxury today is no more about the fancy cars or the private jets. I think the luxury today has actually turned its definition to being healthy, to be have immunity, strong immunity power within ourselves, and to be living with our family members in a very positive environment, to create that positivity around us. So I feel as an FMCG business, as a food manufacturer co-supplier, and as a consumer, this industry, FMCG industry, is going to take a turn in many new forward months to come also. We will have to keep innovating. We will have to keep accepting and adopting the best practices of the world, and also we will have to work on cutting the cost of production with lot of automation and hygiene practices. In Goldie we are using Salesforce automation application for entire sales team. We use the ERP system, and we are blessed that all our distributors are connected online. So I think the introduction of technology has actually helped us to grow. The backend team has become very important today. The customer feedback has become very important today. We have a CRM, we have a customer care cell where every customer of India is heard through the software beam, through the toll free number. And today we have to listen to our consumer even more than ever before, because he is the driver. We have to understand his needs, we have to understand the pain, and we have to understand the solution, because the consumer has a solution also. For example, turmeric, ginger, black pepper, ajwain, these are the products which are immunity boosters. And we have gone back to the recipes of our ancestors. Now, it becomes our duty to provide the turmeric of a high curcumin percentage, a black pepper of a better piperine percentage, and in the best packaging at an economical value, which is justified. So, this is how the FMCG or the food industry is going to travel for many more months to come. The response time has actually reduced. For any new innovation, it used to be a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, or more than a year. But now the response time has actually shortened to number of hours in terms of the product quality, new product innovation, new product launch, and also new packaging. So I welcome all of you to please incorporate us in your journey, and I see the FMCG industry actually flourishing in a very, very positive way in the future. Only thing, we will have to keep checking the pulse and keep it alive. So, how do we check the pulse? We will have to listen to our consumers. We will have to keep innovating. We will have to be more communicative to our channel partners, to our vendors, and create an ecosystem around us. Of this, be happy to change. And I strongly feel that the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. So FMCG industry has a very bright future in India because the per capita consumption is going to increase. Also, a lot of raw material is actually grown in India for lot of pharma medicines, lot of cosmetics, lot of food, and those were actually getting exported out of India, probably the best quality products, because we were becoming more and more price conscious in India at a particular segment and less quality conscious in certain way. A certain segment was becoming very health conscious also. So now is the time that we try to have an amalgamation of both the things, of the right quality, right packaging with the best technology. We have also ensured our premises to be absolutely equipped with all the PPE kits, all the systems which have been advised by the government of India, or the COVID precautions. We are very, very much in peaceful environment to operate. And also to my uh, partners or my co-brothers in this industry who are also manufacturing, I will also request, this is what we feel is not the time to get anxious by the current surge in demand, and start building capacities based on that. Because this demand which has increased, will have some correction or might go up also. So as an industry, as a part of the industry leadership, we have thought to enhance our capacity. We are already building a new capacity, a state-of-the-art plant, which was due to start in this time, but will take another 4 or 5 months. But yes, we are also looking at the industry very closely for what new products to launch. So I have been reiterating my some points again and again because I want them to dwell into your mind. And these are the few things which we have done, and we look forward to a very positive growth with the help of all of you. I'm happy to take any questions.
Well, sir, thank you so much. It was a very informative session. Sir, we have few questions, and like during lockdown, right after the lockdown, what was the impact with your company? As you said, you are one of the leader in the industry. So, what was the impact, and what is the challenge you see in the long run? Like you referred, new normal after, because life is not gonna be the same way like it was before. So, what is
So
the
I think
challenge you see in the long run?
so. There are two questions. I think the first is during the time of lockdown, and second question is that
What do you
the future
challenge
challenge.
in long run? Yeah.
So I'll answer the first part. The first part, what we took as a company or as an organization, and we call it a Goldie family. Our first responsibility was to serve our citizens. Was first to serve our citizens. So, in that case, we ensured the basic spices which we manufacture, like turmeric, chili, coriander. All
Hmm.
our network partners, all our distributors, we
Hmm.
actually went ahead and gave it to the administration at different cities to
Hmm.
supply free food to all the people who were migrating, to the health workers, because that was a social national responsibility. And I also feel proud when I say my all channel partners did it themselves, and we were also a part of that. Uh, Second part, which you say the challenge in preceding and succeeding times. The challenge in succeeding times is, again, I will reiterate, is the response time to the new innovation will be very less. In that case, we are still not equipped with the world class technologies or the machineries which are being manufactured at a very low price outside India because of mass
Hmm.
production. And you
Hmm.
understand where I'm talking or coming from.
Yes. Hmm.
So it is about time for all of us to get together and actually empower our people to invest in technology without
Hmm.
fear to fail. And that is what we have also done. We have actually empowered our technology partners or machine suppliers
Hmm.
to take risk and develop that technology and that efficiency which is available in Europe or outside of India. So that is the biggest challenge which we will face to have mass production with the same quality and efficiency with the same supply standards. So we have actually started working on that, and we have an association where we also talk about this to empower our vendors. And I see a lot of our vendors are here, so we are with you to help you to create this new technology, and that is when we will create a Atmanirbhar Bharat.
Very well, sir. All your answers and like your presentation, it was clearly saying that as a company, also Goldie is very much responsible and taking a ethical, you know, hand ahead to help customers and all. So that's very lovely to know. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We do not have any more questions. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, so this was second last session of today. So we have one more session, and I would like to call up the next speaker. So without any further delay,